From the moment you open your eyes to this world, you are conditioned, gently at first, then forcefully, to remain small. You are praised for being agreeable, rewarded for following instructions, and celebrated for blending in. They call it politeness, discipline, morality. But behind those words hides a darker truth. These are chains, carefully wrapped in gold so you never question why you wear them. The world does not fear the obedient. It fears the independent thinker, the one who questions, the one who refuses to bow. So it trains you early to be harmless, to be predictable, to surrender your instincts long before you ever realize the power they once carried. Society understands a simple principle: a confident, self-commanding individual is harder to manipulate, so your strength becomes their threat. For that reason, they teach you to doubt yourself before you even experience your first victory. Notice how children are told to calm down, sit still, don't question, don't argue. These commands are not about shaping character, they are about shaping compliance. The world doesn't want you to discover that the fire in your chest is meant to blaze outward, not shrink inward. It wants you to remain tame, manageable, and easily persuaded. Then you grow older, and the conditioning evolves with you. You're told to take the safe route, to avoid risk, to accept the path others have prepared. You are taught to fear mistakes more than mediocrity. You are encouraged to trust authority more than your own mind. You begin to measure your worth through approval, applause, and acceptance, tools designed to keep you controlled. The more you seek validation, the less you seek yourself. This is how the world creates obedient adults, by killing the rebellious spark long before it has a chance to ignite. Look closely, and you will see how every structure around you reinforces this design. Schools reward memorization over critical thought. Workplaces praise silence over strength. Social circles celebrate conformity and punish anyone who dares to deviate from the script. Even the culture you consume, movies, news, trends, pushes the idea that blending in is safer than standing out. The world wants you to believe that being small protects you. But the truth is far simpler. Your smallness protects them. Your obedience ensures their control. Your silence guarantees their comfort. Your fear maintains their superiority. And the most dangerous part is how natural it begins to feel. The chains become familiar. The cage becomes home. The world knows that the easiest slave is the one who doesn't realize he's enslaved. So it distracts you with entertainment, numbs you with routine, and convinces you that ambition is arrogance, strength is cruelty, and independence is rebellion. Without realizing it, you start to apologize for wanting more, to shrink yourself so others can expand, to step back so others can step forward. You think you're being respectful, but you're actually surrendering your throne. Every hesitation you feel, every moment you hold back, every time you silence your own instincts. Understand this clearly: someone benefits from it. Weakness is never neutral. It is a currency, and when you hand it out freely, someone else becomes richer. You may think your doubts, fears, and insecurities exist only within you, but they ripple outward, shaping how others treat you, how they control you, and how they position themselves above you. When you hesitate, another person advances. When you shrink, another expands. When you choose comfort over confrontation, someone else quietly tightens their grip on the situation. The world is built on hierarchies, spoken and unspoken. People instinctively test the boundaries of those around them. They watch how you react, how you carry yourself, how you respond under pressure. If they sense uncertainty, they exploit it. If they sense fear, they press harder. If they sense that you can be guilted, shamed, or manipulated, they will do so without hesitation. Most won't even realize they're doing it. It's an instinctive game of dominance. But make no mistake, your weakness is the opening they rely on. Think about the times you agreed to something you didn't want to do simply because you were afraid of disappointing someone. Think about the moments you let disrespect slide because you didn't want to create conflict. Think about how many times you stayed silent because you feared being judged. Each of those moments seemed harmless, but each one trained the people around you to see you as someone who can be bent, someone who can be shaped, someone who can be controlled. Weakness becomes an invitation, silently telling others, you can take more from me, and I won't resist. Even in larger systems, workplaces, institutions, communities, your weakness is someone's advantage. The less you demand, the less they must give. The more compliant you are, the less effort they must exert to keep you in place. They want you peaceful, because peaceful people don't challenge anything. They want you unsure, because unsure people don't take risks. They want you tired, because tired people stop resisting. Your passivity becomes the fuel that powers someone else's ambition. Your silence becomes the tool that sharpens their authority. Your inability to assert yourself becomes the reason they stand taller. Weakness also serves another agenda. It keeps you predictable. People feel safer around those who pose no threat, who will never compete, never challenge, never disrupt the order. They will praise your kindness when what they really mean is your softness benefits them. They will call you easygoing when what they truly admire is your inability to draw lines. They will say you are understanding when what they appreciate is how easily you forgive repeated offenses. They will compliment the very traits that keep you beneath them, because those traits ensure you never rise high enough to overshadow them. And so, without realizing it, you become a character in someone else's story, supporting their goals while abandoning your own. You become a silent partner in your own oppression, participating unknowingly in the construction of your own limits. Every moment of weakness you allow becomes a brick in the wall that keeps you from ascending. You start to believe that being selfless makes you noble, when in reality, it often makes you invisible. You start thinking that avoiding conflict makes you wise, when in truth, it only makes you easy to defeat. You imagine that patience is a virtue, yet sometimes it is simply the mask you wear, while giving others permission to walk ahead of you. Power is never handed to the obedient. It is never gifted to the polite, the quiet, or the agreeable. It belongs to those who refuse to kneel before invisible rules and fabricated expectations. The world teaches you to follow the path already drawn, but anyone who has ever risen above the crowd knows a truth the masses cannot comprehend: obedience is the death of ambition. The moment you blindly follow, you give up your authority. You surrender your direction. You become a passenger in a life meant to be driven by you. Look around at the structures that govern society. Every system, educational, political, professional, depends on obedience to function. They train you to listen, to comply, to do as you're told. You're expected to wait your turn, stay in line, and never disrupt the order. But the ones who reach true power are those who learn to question the unquestionable. They ignore the invisible ceilings placed above them. They challenge norms without guilt. They take actions others avoid because they refuse to be confined by unwritten rules designed to keep them controllable. Obedience is safe, and that's why most people cling to it. They fear the consequences of stepping out of bounds. They fear judgment, backlash, isolation. They fear being the one who disrupts the room. But greatness demands the exact opposite. It demands defiance. It demands the ability to make decisions that may anger others, unsettle the comfortable, and disturb those who benefit from your compliance. Power is not earned by pleasing people. It is earned by refusing to let their expectations dictate your behavior. When you reject obedience, you begin to see the world differently. You no longer ask for permission to act. You no longer wait for approval to pursue what you want. Instead, you move with intention and confidence, knowing that every step you take is yours, not a repetition of someone else's footsteps. You stop living according to rules written by individuals who never cared about your success. You recognize that the boundaries keeping you limited were never designed for your protection. They were designed for your containment. The ones who rise become unpredictable. They become unmanageable. They are no longer easy to guilt or shame. They cannot be controlled with fear because they embrace risk. They cannot be controlled with judgment because they embrace individuality. They cannot be controlled with threats because they have already accepted the cost of independence. When you reject obedience, you become someone others must adjust to, rather than someone who constantly adjusts for others. Power answers only to the bold. It gravitates toward the individual who refuses to be shaped by circumstance. Every leader, every conqueror, every self-made icon understood this instinctively. The world bends to the one who refuses to bend first. Obedience keeps you grounded, but defiance allows you to ascend. When you step outside the line, you discover that the world cannot punish you as easily as you once feared. In fact, it often steps aside, intimidated by your willingness to do what others are too afraid to even consider. Rejecting obedience doesn't mean reckless rebellion. It means strategic autonomy. It means choosing your own path even when it contradicts the expectations around you. It means acting according to logic, ambition, and purpose rather than fear, guilt, or pressure. It means recognizing that every rule you obey, without question, becomes another chain around your potential. Once you understand this, you stop living as an extension of others and begin living as the architect of your own power. Ruthlessness is one of the most misunderstood forms of strength. People hear the word and immediately imagine brutality, coldness, or cruelty. But true ruthlessness has nothing to do with hurting others for entertainment or pleasure. It is the art of acting without hesitation, without emotional fog, and without allowing guilt to paralyze your judgment. It is the discipline of prioritizing what must be done over what feels comfortable. It is the ability to make decisions through clarity rather than fear. When used correctly, ruthlessness becomes the shield that protects your purpose from being hijacked by the demands, manipulations, and distractions of others. Most people are prisoners of their emotions. They hesitate because they worry about disappointing someone. They hold back because they fear judgment. They delay action because they want approval before moving forward. This emotional dependence creates vulnerability, and vulnerability invites exploitation. People will pull on your compassion to keep you small, tug on your empathy to slow you down, and play on your guilt to control your behavior. Ruthlessness is what cuts those strings. It allows you to act in alignment with your goals, even when others try to drag you in the opposite direction. Ruthlessness is the discipline of detachment. Not detachment from humanity or decency, but from the emotional traps that cloud your mind. It means seeing situations for what they are, not what your feelings wish they were. It means recognizing toxic patterns without excusing them. It means stepping away from people who drain you, even if you once cared deeply for them. It means choosing progress over peace when peace is nothing more than a mask for stagnation. Many people are stuck not because they lack ambition, but because they lack the ruthlessness to remove what slows them down. To become ruthless, you must accept a harsh truth: your growth will inconvenience others. Your decisions will upset those who benefited from your softness. Your boundaries will anger those who were accustomed to crossing them. Your refusal to be manipulated will frustrate those who once controlled you with ease. Ruthlessness gives you the strength to stand firm, even when the world reacts negatively. You no longer bend for the sake of harmony. You no longer silence yourself to keep others comfortable. You no longer sacrifice your future to protect someone else's feelings. Ruthlessness is also the discipline of consistency. Anyone can be strong in moments of excitement, but only the disciplined remain strong in moments of pressure. Ruthlessness means showing up for yourself, even when you're tired, even when doubt whispers, even when failure seems close. It means refusing to abandon your strategy at the first sign of discomfort. It means recognizing that the pursuit of power over your life, your decisions, your path, requires a level of commitment that the average person cannot maintain. They quit when emotions flare. You continue despite them. This form of discipline sharpens your focus. It simplifies your world. It removes unnecessary noise. You stop chasing validation and start chasing results. You stop explaining yourself to those who will never understand your vision. You stop expecting people to support a dream they cannot even comprehend. Ruthlessness teaches you to rely on your own mind, your own judgment, your own strength. It teaches you that achieving what you want often requires doing what others avoid, embracing what others fear, and walking alone where others demand a crowd. In the end, ruthlessness is not about being heartless. It is about protecting the heart of your mission. It is not about harming others. It is about refusing to let others harm your potential. It is not about domination. It is about liberation from the emotional chains that have kept you dimmed, softened, and contained. When practiced with intention, ruthlessness becomes the discipline that transforms you from someone controlled by the world into someone who shapes it. Freedom is not given, granted, or handed down. It is claimed by those who no longer rely on the approval, presence, or permission of others. The moment you learn to walk alone, you become untouchable. Most people live as extensions of their environment. Their decisions depend on someone else's validation. Their confidence depends on someone else's reassurance. And their identity depends on someone else's acceptance. They are surrounded, yet deeply trapped. True freedom begins when you detach from the need to be understood, supported, or applauded by anyone. Walking alone does not mean living in isolation. It means your strength is not borrowed. It means you can stand firm, even when those around you waver. It means you can pursue your vision, even when no one believes in it. It means your steps are driven by inner conviction, instead of outer influence. People often fear solitude because solitude exposes who they really are without distraction. It reveals the weaknesses they hide behind noise, the insecurities they bury under company. But the one who can sit with his own thoughts without collapsing under them becomes unstoppable. Solitude becomes a forge, shaping clarity, resilience, and self-mastery. Dependence is the enemy of power. When you rely on others to feel worthy, you hand them the strings that control you. When you require support before making a move, you give them authority over your path. When you need constant reassurance, you become predictable. Predictability makes you easy to manipulate. Those who control your emotions control your fate. This is why walking alone is the ultimate declaration of freedom. No one can steer a mind that no longer bends to external pressure. No one can imprison someone who has already detached from the need to be carried. The world fears individuals who are self-sufficient. People cannot guilt them into obedience. They cannot shame them into silence. They cannot lure them with shallow praise or suppress them with disapproval. The independent mind is a threat to every system built on conformity. When you stop seeking permission, you begin acting with power. When you stop fearing disapproval, you begin speaking with truth. When you stop needing comfort, you begin moving with purpose. Most people never reach this state because they cling to the illusion that belonging equals safety, but belonging often comes at the cost of your own voice. Walking alone requires the courage to disappoint others. It requires the strength to break away from expectations that suffocate your potential. It requires letting go of relationships that demand your weakness to survive. Many will resist this shift because your independence exposes their dependence. Your growth highlights their stagnation. Your clarity challenges their excuses, but their discomfort is not your burden. Your life is not meant to be shaped by those who fear the very strength you are trying to build. When you learn to walk alone, you discover how powerful your mind becomes without noise. You gain the ability to think without influence, choose without pressure, and act without hesitation. You learn to rely on yourself emotionally, mentally, and strategically. And with this transformation comes something rare, genuine freedom. A freedom rooted not in circumstance, but in self-command. A freedom no one can take because it does not come from them. A freedom that turns you from a follower shaped by the world into an individual who shapes the world instead.